Hello everyone, this is Don at Synchronized Christmas, and today I'm going to give you an overview of the Aurora Core interface. The Aurora Core is from Light-O-Rama and is part of their Smart Pixel controller lineup. When you first log into the controller, this is the page that you will see. In this video, I'm going to go over briefly what each section does. The Inputs tab will allow you to add universes that the controller will control. You can add up to 58 universes, though you don't have to use numbers 1 to 58. You could, for example, use universes 75 to 132. Simply enter your first universe, the total number of universes, and how many channels are going to be on each universe. If you plan on having 4 strings of 50 pixels connected to a port, you would want to set this to 450. Later in the video, you will see why. Remember that you cannot go over 512 channels on a universe. The DMX protocol supports only 512 channels in a universe. You can also configure the controller to use E131 or ArtNet. The Outputs tab has a number of different settings. The outputs, 1 to 16, refer to the physical connections on the Aurora controller. The DMX 1 and 2 correspond to the 2 DMX outputs that are located on the controller itself. Each are capable of sending out one universe at up to 512 channels. The name column is a text field that allows you to describe what you are putting on the port. The Start universe defines the first universe that will be used for pixels on a port. The Start channel defines the first channel relative to the Start universe for that output to use for the respective output port. For example, if you have the strings configured to use pixels 1 to 150 in your preview, you would want to start with number 1. The Type column allows you to adjust the RGB order of your strands. Remember that the Aurora Core supports WS280X protocol pixels only. The Aurora controller can support RGBW, but this is not supported in the Light-O-Rama sequencer as of this video. The Count column will define the total number of pixels connected to the port. So if you have 3 strings of 50, you would put 150 for the count. If you have 4 strings configured, then you would want to put 200. As you can see here, by setting the number of channels to 450, the controller automatically adjusted the end universe to 2, channel 150. Remember to verify that you are using the same configuration in your preview as well as here in the configuration. Please note that the end channel is configured automatically by the software on the controller. You cannot change this. It is a great way, though, to verify that things are ending on the universe/channel that you expect. The Start and End Null columns are designed to have the Aurora Core ignore pixels at the beginning or the end of the string. Thus, if you put 5 in the Start column, the controller will light up pixel number 6 as the first pixel. In a sense, it will act as if those first 5 pixels do not even exist. When the reverse box is checked, it will take all pixel data for that output and send it in reverse order. Thus, if you have 100 for the count and you check the reverse box, the number 1 pixel in the programming will go to the 100th pixel on your strand. The Brightness column will allow you to set the output brightness on a controller port. Be sure not to define your brightness on both the Aurora Core and in your preview, because this will result in unexpected results, most likely a dimmer light than you expected. Gamma correction is an advanced setting, and you will need to tinker with it to see what it does for your particular setup. Please refer to the Light-O-Rama documentation for more information. The plus sign at the very end of the row will allow you to divide up a single output into multiple configurations. For example, if you have 4 strings of pixels and 2 of them are in RGB order and the other 2 are in BRG order, then you could define those accordingly. And as you see here at the bottom, there is a summary of what is connected to the controller. You will see that you have a certain number of pixels connected, which one has the largest output, and which output has the most pixels on it. It also even gives you the best possible frame rate. This, however, is a limitation of the hardware and not the software. The Testing tab will allow you to test various ports on the controller. Please note, if you click this Test Mode button and turn it on, any commands being sent to the controller by the Light-O-Rama software or any other software will be ignored. You can choose what type of pattern you want to use for testing. The values you see on this page are defined by the Outputs tab. The Power tab shows you real-time usage from your controller. If you are using this tab for the first time, please be sure to unplug all of the pixels and then click this Reset button. The Networking tab allows you to control the network settings for both the wired or Ethernet and Wi-Fi hotspot. Please know that the Wi-Fi hotspot is intended to be used for configuration only. You cannot send lighting commands to the device via Wi-Fi. Please note we will not be covering how to configure IP addresses in this video. If there are firmware updates that need to be done to your controller, the Update tab is where you will go. You will see on this page it shows you the current version of the software that's loaded onto the controller. This video will not talk about how to update firmware. And finally, back to the home page for a moment, where you will see 3 more options: Download Config, Upload Config, and Reboot Controller. While these are probably intuitive to most, I'll cover them here. The Download Config File button is used to download the configuration file from the controller to your computer. The Upload Config File button is used to upload a configuration from your computer to the controller. Please note that the IP address information will be uploaded as well, so you need to make plans to prepare for duplicate IPs on your network. And finally, the Reboot Controller will do exactly that. It will send a reboot command to the controller. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. To learn more about Synchronized Christmas, please visit us at synchronizedchristmas.com.